Have you ever been thousands of miles from home and still felt like you just walked into your grandma's kitchen? That's exactly what happened to me. I was wandering through a small town in the Middle East, not a place you'd expect to find anything remotely Filipino, when the scent of adobo literally pulled me into a side alley. And there it was, a tiny Filipino eatery, karaoke playing in the background, and 3 nurses celebrating someone's birthday over pancit. I was stunned. That's when it hit me. The Filipino diaspora is everywhere. And not just in the places we always hear about like the US or Canada. No, there are entire communities of Filipinos in places we never even imagined. So today, I want to take you on a journey to the unexpected corners of the world where the Filipino spirit is quietly thriving. Let's dive into the Filipino diaspora, unexpected destinations. The Philippines has one of the largest diasporas in the world. Over 10 million Filipinos live abroad. That's nearly 1/10 of the entire population. But why? Some leave in search of better-paying jobs. Others want stability, adventure, or simply to build a brighter future for their families. Whatever the reason, one thing remains true. When Filipinos move abroad, they don't just survive. They build communities. And what's fascinating is, those communities aren't just popping up in the usual spots. Sure, we all know about the big hubs, California, Toronto, London, but what about Doha, Qatar, or Alberta, Canada's frozen farmlands, or even Port Moresby in Papua New Guinea? Yeah, you heard that right. In Israel, Filipino caregivers are considered family. Literally, many of them are entrusted with the care of elderly Holocaust survivors. In Italy, Filipinos are helping revive small rural towns by filling critical roles in healthcare and agriculture. And in the Middle East, you'll find thriving Filipino enclaves in Kuwait, the UAE, and even Saudi Arabia, places where life can be tough, but community remains everything. In Japan, Filipino teachers, singers, and caregivers are bridging cultural gaps, bringing warmth, laughter, and a bit of cape and sismus wherever they go. These are not just migrant workers, they're culture carriers. It's amazing to see how Filipinos preserve their roots even in the most unexpected places. In Alaska, Filipino fishermen still pass down recipes from their grandfathers. In Norway, you'll find a Filipino food truck next to a Viking museum. In Ghana, a small group of Filipino engineers built a chapel where they hold simbang gabi every December. The food, the music, the language, it stays. Tinikling, halo halo, videoke, these aren't just cultural quirks, they're anchors. Even more amazing, local people are embracing them too. In Dubai, you'll see Emiratis lining up for lumpia. In Israel, locals know exactly what sinigang tastes like. Filipino culture is becoming global. One city, one dish, one smile at a time. But let's not sugarcoat it. Being far from home is hard. Many Filipinos abroad face language barriers, discrimination, and loneliness. Some are overworked and underpaid. Others live in constant fear of being sent back home. And yet, they endure. There's a certain kind of bravery in being an OFW, to leave your family behind so you can support them. To wake up in a strange land, push through the pain, and still smile for a video call back home. That strength, that quiet courage, it's heroic. And behind every remittance sent, every care package received is a story, often untold, of sacrifice, love, and hope. Let me tell you about Rosario, a cleaner in Norway. She arrived with nothing but a borrowed coat and a suitcase full of instant pancit canton. Today she runs her own cleaning service and sponsors other Filipinas to come over. Or James, a Filipino nurse in Jordan who led emergency care during the height of the pandemic, recognized by both the Filipino and Jordanian governments. There's also a tiny Filipino bakery in Kenya. Yup, Ensaymada and Pandesal in East Africa. Run by a couple who met in Dubai, fell in love, and decided to bring a taste of home somewhere new. These are just a few among millions of unheard stories, but they echo the same truth. Wherever Filipinos go, they carry resilience, warmth, and pride. The Filipino diaspora isn't just about migration, it's about transformation. Filipinos abroad aren't just contributing to the economies of their host countries, they're soft ambassadors of culture, kindness, and humanity. In a world that often feels divided, Filipino communities bring a sense of unity. They remind us that being far doesn't mean being disconnected, that you can create family, home, and hope, even in the most unfamiliar places. So next time you travel, look a little closer. That friendly voice at the hotel, that delicious stew in a tucked-away food stall, that volunteer helping in a refugee center, chances are, they're Filipino. And behind their smile is a story that deserves to be heard. If you've ever been touched by the kindness of a Filipino abroad, drop a comment below. Share their name, their story, or just a simple thank you. And if you're part of the Filipino diaspora, know this: the world sees you. And we're proud of you. Maraming salamat po. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this.